There are many recent historical events that have affected the course of research in organizational psychology. According to Jex and Britt, 2014, one such event occurred on September 11, 2001, when 4 terrorist attacks were carried out using commercial aircrafts to crash into the World Trade Center and the Pentagon. This event led to a 20-year war throughout which the world experienced economic devastation and elevated levels of unemployment. Jex and Britt, 2014, explain how this refocused researchers' study of unemployment and job insecurity. Researchers also took another look at the relationship between employee and organization. Another event that affected the course of research in organizational psychology was the election of Barack Obama as the President of the United States. His 2-term service as President of the United States highlighted that a person of any race could achieve any position within an organization, and increased awareness of and desire for diversity. An additional event was the creation and continued development of technology that allows for internet and email access outside of the workplace. Research in this area focuses on the flexibility technological advances have provided, as well as the lack of boundaries between work and home resulting from work that is always accessible. Researchers also focus on how employees disconnect from work responsibilities. Finally, Jex and Britt, 2014, point out that globalization has increased the number of competitors in industries. Globalization caused a need for researchers to take a closer look at the role culture plays in an organization. Historical events have played a large role in shaping the field of organizational psychology. The socialization process is the process of taking an outsider and making them an insider. Facilitating newcomer adjustment is accomplished through an initial orientation period and continued through a long-term process. Jex and Britt, 2014, described this as a learning process where an outsider becomes an insider by fully understanding the culture of an organization. Socialization not only takes place in an organization when new employees are hired, but it also takes place in higher education when new students start a new program. The socialization process for graduate students in the Industrial Organizational Psychology program begins from the moment the student is accepted into the program and registers for their first course. This program is an online program, and therefore the socialization process looks a little different, being that all participants are virtual. Students are given a degree plan that maps out what is required to receive a master's degree in Industrial Organizational Psychology. The course opens a couple of days prior to the start of the course so the students can learn how to navigate the online system. Each course instructor provides a syllabus which lays out the rules for interaction with classmates and the instructor, assignment due dates and expectations, and any information the instructor believes to be pertinent for the student orientation. In order to create connectedness, each course begins with a required introduction of each student. Instructors in this program provide information on goals and values of the school, program, and class. Each course requires participation and discussion with other students. This helps with creating relationships with people and leads to shared information about the course and degree, as well as lasting friendships. As students progress through their degree plan, they begin to learn the unwritten rules of the online course and what is expected of them to pass and graduate. As mentioned, this is a long-term process, and as each course is taken, the student gains more proficiency and connectedness. This program is successful in socializing newcomers and creating job embeddedness. Despite being virtual, the program provides many resources for assistance both academically and socially. Embeddedness begins to occur as the student gets further along in the degree plan and gains skills and knowledge specific to their chosen program. Organizations can reduce or prevent work-family conflict. To do so, first, there must be an understanding that employees have roles both inside and outside of the workplace. These roles have come into conflict with one another, resulting in negative outcomes for the employees and the organization. There has been a lot of research conducted on work-family conflict, and thus, Organizations have realized the importance of employees finding balance between work and non-work activities, and just how important their part is in reducing or preventing work-family conflicts. Jex and Britt 2014 suggests creating policies and benefits that help employees manage work and non-work activities. Examples of these policies and benefits include flexible schedules, on-site daycare, gym memberships, and telecommuting. Not only do these types of benefits improve employees' work-life balance, but organizations also experience positive outcomes such as less turnover and increased commitment from employees. Although policies and benefits are important, they carry little weight without the supervisor's support. It is important for an organization to create a culture where taking advantage of these types of policies and benefits are seen as an organizational norm. Policies alone do not prevent or reduce work-life conflicts. Supportive supervisors discuss work-life issues and support use of the policies in place to manage all the roles employees fill. It is important for organizations to develop a performance assessment program for employee development. First, the organization and employee must have a mutual understanding of job performance, and it should be assessed. To help facilitate this, Jex and Britt 2014 explain Murphy's model of job performance. This model uses 4 dimensions to break down performance. Tasks are broken down into in-role and extra-role dimensions. The in-role dimension is task-oriented behaviors, or the performance of major tasks associated with a job. The extra-role dimensions are interpersonally oriented behaviors, downtime behaviors, and destructive or hazardous behaviors. Murphy's model is kept broad so that it can be used to compare performance across jobs. By recognizing that performance is more than specific technical tasks, this model allows for assessment of non-technical aspects of job performance as well. Once the organization and employee understand how job performance will be assessed, the organization needs to develop reliable and valid measures of job performance. According to Jex and Britt 2014, Murphy also gives 8 different ways performance can be assessed. They are paper, pencil tests, job skill tests, on-site hands-on testing, off-site hands-on testing, high-fidelity simulations, symbolic simulations, task rating, and global ratings. Of these, the most used assessments are rating of employees' performance on tasks and overall performance on the job. Ratings can be completed by employees, co-workers, and/or supervisors. Organizations should be aware that there are performance rating errors as they are subjective and therefore vulnerable to different biases and internal standards. Jex and Britt 2014 provide a way to measure performance that is objective. By using a behaviorally anchored rating scale, performance errors created by subjective tests are eliminated. However, it is important to keep in mind that these tests come with flaws of their own. Organizational constraints are situations or things that interfere with task performance at work. There has been a lot of research completed on counterproductive work behavior, and some commonalities have been discovered. Jex and Britt 2014 break the causes of counterproductive work behavior down into 2 categories, person-based and situation-based. The cause can be exclusive, either person-based or situation-based, or it can be both. According to Jex and Britt 2014, the cause can also be the interaction between characteristics of people and characteristics of situation. Person-based causes are personality traits and behaviors that are related to counterproductive work behaviors. There are 4 main personality traits that increase chances of counterproductive work behaviors. They are conscientiousness, trait anger, self-control, and narcissism. Low conscientiousness leads to lack of care about the effects of personal actions and consequences. Trait anger addresses those people who are more likely to experience emotional anger. Self-control is the ability to control initial impulses, and a lack of self-control leads to more counterproductive work behaviors. Narcissism is a personality trait of someone who thinks of themselves as more important than anyone else. If a narcissist is in a situation where the current situation is not in line with their view of themselves, their reaction would be negative and aggressive. A situation-based cause of counterproductive work behavior is having the opportunity. If it is normal for workers to engage in this type of behavior, it is likely it will continue and that more people will join. Another situation-based cause of counterproductive work behavior is a reaction to environmental stressors at work. Anxiety, anger, and dissatisfaction are likely to be a result of this perceived stressor, leading to counterproductive work behaviors. Injustice is the final situation-based cause of counterproductive work behavior. When someone feels they have been treated unjustly by another person or an organization, they are more likely to engage in counterproductive work behaviors.